your engine!
And welcome back, race fans. As this is Donnie with Right Rear Racing. We just completed our street stocks. Now we're jumping over to the Pro Late models for the Midwest Outlaw Dirt Series. Pro Late models at Lanier, presented by Right Rear Racing. It's going to be week number 7 here. We're going to be heating up with our points as you have Trevor Michael in the points lead with 442. We have the hot Scott Fritz in second with 381 as he's won the last 4 weeks. You're going to have Jaden Mahan in that Area 51 machine and was third with 377. Blake Dippin missed last week. He missed the street stocks earlier. I don't know if he's going to make the show tonight as he's not loaded in yet. He's sitting fourth with 357. You're going to have Brandon Marlowe in fifth with 292. Jacob Laster in sixth with 269. Joe Grass, 267. Gavin Balderas with 231. Aaron Huffaker with 226. And Sean Contrell with 224. That's going to be your top 10 in points, as it looks like we're going to have 13 drivers make the field tonight. I don't know if there's going to be late entries or not. But as you see, the drivers are out there now currently for their hot lap session, as they have roughly a minute left for their hot laps. And then we're going to go straight into our qualifying. And the way that this series works, if you're new here watching the race, for their heat race and for the feature on the initial green, it's going to be on iRacing. And then after that, if there's any cautions, it's on the leader coming out of 4 at any point up to the green flag for iRacing green. And we are rounding up our hot laps. And again, it's going to be, looks like it's going to be 13 drivers as they have 10 seconds left for hot laps. The track looks like it's going to be a good one. It should be racy. It should be a top and bottom track for the most part. And thank you, Gavin, for that share during the intro. As their hot laps are finished, we are jumping straight over to our qualifying. And who goes out there on the track first? It's going to be Aaron Huffaker in that 62R. As he's coming out the pits in turn 1. Going down the back straightaway, picking up his speed. And he should be getting the green flag coming out of turn number 4. As he goes in turn number 1 for the first time, coming out of turn 2. He got a little sideways there in the middle of turn 1 and 2. He still maintained it. And he's looking to work that low lane as he's coming out of turn number 4 for the first time. His first lap is going to be a 13:67. That's going to put him on the top of the board out of the 3 drivers so far, with Joe Grass and Trevor McCoy right behind him. He's entering turn number 3. He slid up a little bit coming out of 4, and he stayed off that wall. And for his second lap, it's going to be a 13:76. It looks like we have Michael Menez in that 30 machine. He did his first lap of a 13:79. He's coming out of turn number 4 for his second lap, as he tops the leaderboard with a 13:63. You have Matt Mitchell, that 96 machine. He got a 13:67 his first lap. And he pushed up, and he made contact with the wall, so that lap will not count. He's going to have to settle for a 13:67. You have Trevor Michael coming out on the track now, as we've had 6 drivers make the field so far, or take the track, as Trevor Michael comes out of turn 4, or 4 for his green flag. As he's coming down out of 2, he's going down the back straightaway. He looks pretty smooth so far. And he's going in turn number 3. As he's coming out of turn number 4, he's going to set his first lap. And his first lap's going to be a 13.60. That's going to put him on the top of the board. And Michael Menez is pushed down to second. Aaron Huffecker's in third as Trevor Michaels coming out of turn number 4 for his second lap. And Trevor Michael topped his first lap. His second lap is going to be a 13.50. And you got Jaden Mahan in that 51 machine. He's coming out on the track. He's going to see if he can push someone down on the grid. As he's picking up his speed, he's going to be coming out of turn 4. He's getting the green flag. And he's coming down the back straightaway. He looks pretty smooth there, too. And in turn 3, coming out turn 4, he's going to set his first lap. His first lap's going to be a 13.79. That's going to put him in 8th as he's going to start his second lap here. Coming down to turn 2 down the back straightaway. He's in turn 3. And he's trying to look at the low line for his second lap, see if it's any quicker for him, as he's going to get a 13.52. That's going to put him second on the board. Gavin Balderas is pulling out on the track now, coming down back straightaway, picking up his speed for his first lap. You have Michael Enox on the track as well. Here comes Gavin Balderas in that new Halloween theme wrap, taking the green flag for his first lap as he's running the high shelf there, coming out of turn number 2. Going down the back straightaway, entering turn number 3. And he's coming out of turn number 4 for his first lap. He got awfully close to that wall. I don't know if he made contact. He did not, with a 13.91 for his first lap. He's going to try to get quicker here. And it looks like Michael Enox is going to get a 13.61. That's going to put him third quickest. And Gavin Balderas maintained and stayed off the wall on his second lap. And he got a 14.11 as he was trying to fight the car down from getting on the wall. Then you're going to have Sean Cottrell, that number 25 machine. On his first lap, he got a 13.72. That's going to put him in 7th. And he's coming out of turn number 4 this time for his second lap. And on his second lap, he's going to get a 13.69. That's going to still maintain his 7th position. And Scott Fritz is out on the track now. His first lap, he got a 13.87 as he's coming around turn 4. His second lap, he's going to get a 13.49. That's going to put him at the top of the board. Trevor Michael in second. Jaden Mahan in third. With Michael Enox in 4th. Michael Menez in 5th. Aaron Huffecker 6th. Matt Mitchell 7th. Sean Cottrell in 8th. Jeremy Gardner, that 9 machine, is going to be 9th. Michael Farmer in 10th. Joe Grass 11th. And Trevor McCoy in 12th. With Gavin Balderas rounding out your field in 13th. That's going to complete your qualifying for tonight. Again, there's the should be the results as they don't want to pull up. And for your starting lineup for heat race number 1, it's going to be Scott Fritz, and that number 48 machine is going to start on the pole. On the outside of him is going to be the number 51 of Jaden Mahan. On the inside row number 2 is going to be the number 30 of Michael Menez. Outside of him is going to be Matt Mitchell in the number 96. Jeremy Gardner is going to be the inside row number 3 in the number 9 machine. Joe Grass, 6. And then rounding out your field is going to be Gavin Balderas in that 10X machine. As the field's going to be taking the back straightaway. Thank you, Scott Fritz, for sharing the stream, buddy. And good luck to you tonight, as it looks like you're out there on the track now. And they're getting rolled up green flag as just one lap to go until green, as the pace strikes lights are off. And the 48, Scott Fritz, is going to be leading us to the green, coming out of turn number 4. And again, it's on iRacing green. As the pace truck pulls off there. And we're green flag racing. As the 51 is going to get momentum on the outside there. you're gonna have the 48 still running the low line, and he's gonna take the lead on the back straightaway. Here comes 51 looking for a crossover for the first lap in turn 3. As he does a slide job on the 48 is gonna cross him over. We're gonna be side by side for the first lap. If the racing continues like this, it's gonna be good racing. As the 48 does a crossover or slide job, 51 does a crossover, and they're side by side. Michael Menez in that 30 machine, he's looking down low of the 51 machine. He's trying to make it interesting for his second position. As Scott Fritz is going to be leading the first 2 laps, and here comes Michael Menez in that 30 machine. He pushed up, he sent it sideways a little bit more so that way he didn't make contact. We're 3 laps down, as this is still your battle for second place between the 51 and the 30 on your screen. And Scott Fritz is going to be leading us for the first 4 laps, I believe. We're halfway through, if I'm not mistaken. Again, sorry the tracker is not working up there. It's normally the second heat race that it doesn't work. But here goes Scott Fritz, still leading the field. Jaden Mahan in second, and Michael Menez in third. Jeremy Gardner's going to be in your 4th, and Gavin Balderas in your 5th. As right here is where the battle is currently, and that's going to be between the 30 and the 51. That's going to be your battle for your second position. As Michael Menez is looking down low, Jaden Mahan pushed up. He's going to get that momentum on the high side. They're still going to be side by side entering turn number 3. And as they come out of turn number 4, Michael Menez is going to make the move. He's going to secure that second position. Jaden Mahan's looking down low now. He's wanting to go down low again as they go side by side in turn number 3. Still the 30 is going to get that momentum on the outside. Jaden Mahan looks like he has damage on his right front, as the checker flag drops. It's going to be Scott Fritz winning the race. Michael Menez in second. Jaden Mahan third. Jeremy Gardner 4th. And that's all I could get as my stuff is not working. Jonathan Nelson's over here saying Cheeto. I don't know who Cheeto is. If you want to elaborate on that for me a little bit, Jonathan Nelson. And thank you, Levi, for liking the stream. And for your starting lineup for heat race number 2 is going to be Trevor Michael in that 17 machine starting inside pole. Outside of him is going to be the number 11 of Michael Enox. Inside row number 2 is going to be the 62R of Aaron Huffaker. Outside of him is going to be the number 25 of Sean Contrell. And starting on the 3rd row is going to be the number 98 of Michael Farmer. And rounding out your field is going to be the number 21 of Trevor McCoy. And as we're going to be getting the rolled up green flag this time around coming out of turn number 4, if you look at that 62R and that 21 machine, they are both wraps made by Outlaw Designs and Wraps. If you need a wrap for your iRacing needs, please reach out to Outlaw Designs and Wraps. As they're going down the back straightaway now, we're going to be going green flag racing this time around coming out of turn number 4. And it's going to be Trevor Michael leading us to the green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
And we're green flag racing as Trevor Michael in that 17 is going to look down low, and he's going to lead us in turn number 1. As he's coming out turn number 2, he's going to still lead us, and it's going to be side by side between the 11 and the 62R. With 62R running the low line. And the number 11 of Michael Enox, he's going to secure the second position. And the 98, I don't know where he's coming from back there, but he's trying to get that low line working, and that's going to be Michael Farmer. Trevor McCoy is trying to get the high shelf going, and we are most likely going to have a caution as Michael Enox spun out in front of the field. And there goes the yellow caution, and we're going to go back and check out what happened. You see there, we're going to take another look at it again. Michael Enox got a little sideways, made a little contact with Aaron Huffaker, sent him straight in the pits, and everyone else made a pass on him there. That's going to bring the first caution of the night out. We're going to have Trevor McCoy in that 17 machine. He's going to be leading the field still. Again, my ticker up top is not working correctly. I don't know what's going on. It could be because I have a capital A in there. I don't know why. But we have Trevor McCoy leading the field, or Trevor Michael leading the field. Trevor McCoy is in second. Sean Cottrell is going to be in third, followed by the number 98 of Michael Farmer. And rounding out the field now is going to be the 62R of Aaron Huffaker. It looks like Michael Enox is coming out of the pits now, as you see there on the inside there. We're getting one to go. As Trevor Michael's getting the green flag. He can fire at any point. Here he goes. He's going to be
Green flag.
leading us in turn number 1. And Sean Cottrell, he's going to capitalize on that start as Trevor McCoy, he went to the high shelf. We're going to come back a little bit. Aaron Huffaker, Trevor McCoy, they're going to be running side by side. That's going to be your battle for your 4th position. Here comes Enox. He's kind of trying to make it interesting as well. And Trevor McCoy, he's still running that high side. This is going to be your 3rd, 4th, 5th, all on the screen here. As it's going to be Trevor McCoy or Trevor Michael leading the race. Thank you for Andrew Regal and Tyler Otney for liking the stream. And on your screen now, it's going to be your 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They're still battling. The number 11 is still looking down low. And Trevor McCoy is still running the high line, trying to get that high shelf worked in, as Trevor McCoy is going to be secure in that 4th position. And we have the white flag out. It's going to be Trevor McCoy leading us down the back straightaway for the one last time as he's entering turn number 3. And as he's coming out turn number 4, he's going to be getting the checkered flag. He's going to win heat race number 2, followed by Sean Cottrell, Michael Farmer, Trevor McCoy, Aaron Huffaker, and Michael Enox. That's going to be all we have for heat race number 2. Again, fans, sorry about the overlays. I don't know why it's not working correctly. And for your A main event, that's going to be a 30-lap feature. We're going to have our 13 drivers line up now as Scott Fritz in that 48 machine. He's going to be starting on the pole. Outside of him is going to be the number 17 of Trevor Michael. Inside row number 2 is going to be the number 30 of Michael Menez. Outside of him is going to be Sean Cottrell in that number 25. Inside row number 3 is going to be J.D. Mahan in the 51 machine. Starting on his outside is going to be Trevor McCoy in the 21. Inside row number 4 is going to be Jeremy Gardner in the number 9. Outside of him is going to be the 62R of Aaron Huffaker. We're going to have Gavin Balderas on the inside row of row 5 in that 10X machine. On his outside is going to be Michael Farmer in the number 98. Starting inside row number 6 is going to be Joe Grass in the 27 machine. On his outside is going to be the number 11 of Michael Enox. And for your 13th starting position is going to be Matt Mitchell and then number 96 rounding out your field. As we go down the back straightaway, we're going to go green flag racing this time around. It's going to be the field's going to be led by Scott Fritz. As the pace truck pulls off, here comes Scott Fritz. He's waiting for the iRacing green. As they just got it, those two both fired off at the same time. The 17 is going to get the run on the outside there, entering turn number 1. Here comes the 48. And they're still side by side. 17 got more momentum entering turn number 3. As we have one lap down, it's going to be Trevor Michael in the 17 machine. And we have a caution that's been thrown out after the first lap is completed, I believe. It was the first lap completed. And we're going to go back and take a look to see what happened there. And you have Michael Enox getting into it with Gavin Balderas, and then Gavin Balderas lost it a little bit, made contact again, and he ended up parking it there. while we're under this caution and race controls doing their thing. Pace truck lights are still on. We are going to recognize one of our sponsors. They're a good sponsor of the league. It's S&T Promotions LLC. Thank you for all you do for the Midwest Outlaw Dirt Series as a whole. Still going to be Scott Fritz in that 48 machine leading the field. Outside of him is going to be Trevor Michael. The pace truck lights are off as they're coming out of turn number 2, going down the back straightaway. See if the racing can still be hot like it was right there, as the 48 can fire at any point now as the pace truck is off. The 48 and the 17 tangled up there on the start. Here comes Sean Cottrell in that 25 machine. He's going to look to make it 3 wide for the battle for second position. Here comes 17 on the outside, and we're going to be possibly 3 wide coming out of turn number 4 as Scott Fritz is still going to lead lap number 4, I guess is what my tracker says. Here we go, battle for second with 17 and 30 of Michael Menez. And it looks like Michael Enoch's pulled back out from the pits as the field is catching up to him. And Trevor Michael is looking for a slide job there. He didn't clear it, so we're here. They're entering turn number 3. And as we're coming out turn 4, it's still going to be Scott Fritz in that 48 machine leading the field. And Trevor Michael's trying anything and everything he can to make a move to pass that 48 machine, as 48 machines won the last 4 weeks in this series. And you got Michael Menez in that 30 machine. He's trying to make a move as well. As this is your battle for your second position between the 17 and the 30. The 30 seems like he's into the wall. Oh, and he just hit that entrance there in turn number 3. And that's going to bring out the second caution. And we're going to go back and take another look at that from his chase view there as he's going in turn number 1. He's coming out of turn number 2. He's trying to get something there. Car seems like he pushed up and just grabbed that wall and had nowhere to go as he lost his left or right front. And he pulls it into the pits to get repaired. And that's going to bring out caution number 2. We've been having some good side-by-side action here on the front of the pack. I've been missing out on the back of the pack as well. So we have Scott Fritz still leading the field. I think pace truck lights are off with Scott Fritz leading us. Trevor Michael on the outside. Sean Cottrell, JD Mahan, and Trevor McCoy for your top 5 as you see them all on your screen right now. On the outside of Trevor McCoy is going to be Aaron Huffaker in that 62R. He's going to start 6. And the 48's hitting the loud pedal as we're getting the green flag. And Trevor Michael almost lost it there. JD Mahan had a checkup. It's going to be Sean Cottrell in 3rd position. Here comes Trevor McCoy running the outside. And JD Mahan's looking to shoot down low. This is going to be your pass for your 3rd position as JD Mahan made contact with that pit wall. And it looks like Aaron Huffaker made contact with the 25 of Sean Cottrell, and I believe that's what caused this yellow flag, as I think it sent him around. As you take a look here with Aaron Huffaker, we're going down the front straightaway. You see where JD Mahan hit the inside wall, and then Aaron Huffaker made contact there, spun her out, and then he hit the inside wall. That's going to bring your 3rd caution out for the night. Sean Cottrell is going to be in your 3rd position in that 25 machine, followed by the 51 of JD Mahan. Trevor McCoy is going to be in your 5th Michael Farmer is going to be 6th. Gavin Balderas, after that first caution with Michael Enox, he's worked his way back up to the 7th position. And Jeremy Gardner in that number 9 machine, he's sitting 8th. Followed by Joe Grass in that 74. And we'd like to take a moment here to recognize another sponsor, and that's going to be Prior to the Snap. And thank you
Green flag, green flag.
Prior to the Snap for all that you do for the series here. Sorry, we missed the green flag, as the 48's going to be leading. Still, it's going to be the 25 and the 17 battling for second, as this 25 is looking on the outside. Here comes the 51 as well. This is going to be your battle for your second, third, and fourth. As JD Mahan's looking on the inside of turn number 4. He's trying to make a move on that 25 machine and the 17 at the same time. As they're coming out turn number 2, JD Mahan's going to secure that third position from the 25. We're entering turn number 3. Trevor Michael slipped up, and JD Mahan took over your second position. And Trevor Michael's going to do a slide job in turn number 1. JD Mahan did a crossover, and he's going to look down low. He's going to do the same thing here in turn 3 and 4 as he does a slide job. Trevor Michael's looking for a crossover, but Shock Control was down there. And here comes the slide job from the 17. And he didn't clear JD Mahan. JD Mahan's going to keep the momentum up there as we're halfway through with this event. And it's going to be Scott Fritz still leading the field. And this is where your action's at between these two with the 17 and the 51 as they're throwing slide jobs back and forth. They're trying to battle it out for the second position. As JD Mahan's getting a little bit more breathing room here from the 17 of Trevor Michael. And it looks like that's going to be Trevor McCoy trying to work that inside lane to make the move on Michael Farmer for the 5th position. That's going to be your battle for your 5th. Here comes Michael Menez looking down low in that green and black 30 machine. We're going to go back up here as I think the heat's starting to heat up again. Looks like we have 11 laps remaining. Scott Fritz is off to a comfortable lead. You're not missing any action up there with him. As we have 10 to go, we're looking to go 3 wide, coming out turn number 4. This is going to be your battle for your 5th position between the number 98, 21, and the 30. And they're still 3 wide, coming out turn number 2. Michael Farmer's getting that momentum on the outside lane. And here comes Trevor McCoy. He's trying to look and run the outside. And Michael Menez is still running the low lane. And Jeremy Gardner said, let me in on the fun and let's get up here. And they're still side by side. Michael Menez is making that low lane work as he's worked his way up to the 5th position as we have 8 laps remaining. He's worked his way up from the tail end of the field to the 5th position. With 7 laps, Michael Farmer went in a little bit hot there in turn number 1. He's going to be sideways coming out of turn number 2. Trevor McCoy is looking to get that outside working as this is going to be your battle for your 6th position between between the 98 and the 21. We're going to go back up here to the front. It looks like JD Mahan has gotten away from Trevor Michael for the most part. Sean Cottrell is going to be in 4th. As we have 5 laps remaining, Scott Fritz is off to a comfortable lead still. And Trevor Michael's trying to get that low lane working for him. As JD Mahan's getting that high side working. And we still have that battle going on for your 6th position between Michael Farmer and Trevor McCoy. And we come back up here to the front as they have 3 laps remaining. And Scott Fritz is going to be hitting the lap traffic. Looks like he's going to hit lap traffic here soon as they're on the screen now. And they're getting the popsicle sticks with 2 laps remaining. 2 laps remaining in this event as Scott Fritz is running the high side. And Billy Mitchell's running that low lane as he's getting put a lap down at the white flag. White flag's out. Jaden Mahan's going to be sitting in second. Trevor Michael is still running that low lane. This is going to be your battle for your second position between the 17 and the 51 as they go in turn number 3. Trevor Michael's going to, or Scott Fritz is going to get a win here, and Trevor Michael did a slide job on Jaden. Jaden tried to do a crossover, but did not succeed with it. So it's going to be Scott Fritz, Trevor Michael, Jaden Mahan, and Michael Menez, followed by Michael Farmer for your top 5. As the top 3 make their way to the front. We're already called out your top 5. For your 6th position, it's going to be Trevor McCoy, followed by Jeremy Gardner, Sean Cottrell, Joe Grass, Gavin Balderas, Matt Mitchell, Michael Enox, and Aaron Huffaker is going to round out your field. That's going to conclude the race for week number 7 here at Lanier, as we're going to take on Volusia next week. Let these drivers kind of cool down. We're going to do a driver's interview with all 3 drivers, starting with Jaden Mahan. It's like Jaden's ready for his interview, so we're going to go ahead and jump straight to it. And Jaden, are you there, bud?
Yeah, I got you.
And hang on one second as I am running into difficulties here. And are you there?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. All right. So, man, congratulations on that 3rd place finish. Hell of a race between you and Trevor Michael doing slide job after slide job. What was going through your head with that battle there?
Yeah, it was the track really started to slick off there and get kind of one laner in the top, and so I was trying my best to reel in Fritz there while I was in second, kind of running a lane off, and I was watching Menez in the mirror, or not Menez, but Trevor in the mirror there, and seen him gaining on me a little bit. He really had that bottom line working, but I wasn't gonna go down there and block him or nothing. I just it's a pretty clean race overall, a lot of fun. Track was pretty good for everybody, so it was pretty fun.
And it seemed like it was a fun race, but I want to know from your standpoint, how difficult was it to run side by side and throw those sliders being on a controller?
Yeah, man, it does. Especially when the track gets like this, when you really need to be right up on the wall. It's you know, the sensitivity of a controller is super. It's really touchy. So, uh, throwing those sliders really ain't too bad. But when it does come to once you get the guy cleared and having to keep the car straight and underneath of you, it's a little bit tricky. But it's what makes it fun.
Yes, sir. And do you have any sponsors that you would like to recognize?
Yeah, man. Outlaw Design and Wraps, and obviously you guys at Right Rear Racing for putting these broadcasts on and getting our races out there for people to see. Like I said, Outlaw Design and Wraps for the sharp looking cars always. And man, we're just looking forward to coming out next week and finishing out this season.
Yes, sir. And I believe you're in the battle for the top 3. And so I think you have 3rd secured. So hopefully next week, I believe we're at Volusia. You can capitalize on that and maintain your top 3 for your points championship.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a good group of guys in here. Everyone races each other pretty respectfully, but also hard at the same time, which is what you got to have to have a good time and put on a good show. Every one of the guys in here always they run tight and they run hard, and it's a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. Again, congratulations on your 3rd place finish. We're going to go ahead and jump straight over to Trevor Michael. Thank you again, man.
I appreciate you.
Yep. And there you have it from Jaden Mahan, your 3rd place finisher tonight. And we're going to hear it from Trevor Michael, who finished 2nd, and he was your points leader leading into tonight. Trevor, are you there?
I'm here.
Man, that was a hell of a move in turn 3. What was did did you have any type of game plan going into the final laps of that race?
Uh, Not really. I was talking to Scott about that actually. I think early on, whenever that lap car was in front of us and we had that caution come out, and I kind of moved up towards the wall to where I didn't hit him, net coated and it got the right front fender a little bit. And so that's what I was talking about in the race itself. I was like, the car is getting really tight. So running the top, that's kind of why I dropped back. I wasn't able to keep pace with Scott there. The car got really tight in the center of the corner, wanted to spin out on me. And then once I kind of noticed the top fading away there, so I jumped to the bottom those last 5 laps, and just to see if I can maintain. And kind of one of those last lap deals is I figured if I could see him in my rear view, I'd be clear to slide. If I didn't see him, I was going to check up, and I just saw enough nose to feel safe about doing it. Came out good in my end, I reckon.
Yes, sir. That was a nice slider to watch there, and he did try to do a crossover, but y'all were basically already at the finish line there. So congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you.
And do you have any sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just like I said last week, we Racing Development WRD. Jared helps us out a lot with the cars in real life and on iRacing. P1 Sim Graphics, he makes the car look pretty for me. No one else really, just trying to finish out this last couple weeks here.
And you said finish up this last couple of weeks. You have a strong field behind you as Scott Fritz has won 5 in a row.
Scoring has ended.
And with him winning 5 in a row, he's coming for that points championship as you're currently the leader of those points.
Yeah, I was looking at that a minute ago. I'd have to basically not have to run next week, I think, in order for him to catch me, which, I mean, life happens, so I may end up missing, who knows. But it's been fun. I hate that he missed those first 2 weeks. I feel like I've had the car to beat him. It's just been random stuff has happened, kind of like last week with the having to start in 8th, and this week with the net code deal. I mean, I've had the car. I think I've had the car to run with him. Just haven't been able to finish it out, I reckon.
Yes, sir. I totally understand that. But hopefully next week at Volusia, you are able to capitalize on it and be able to run side by side with him and get that victory away from him so that way we end his victory stretch here.
Yeah, we can't let him go 6 in a row, that's for sure. I think the first time I ever raced with him was at Volusia, and me and him had one hell of a race back then, so I'll probably have to put in a little bit of extra practice this week to get ready for it.
And we can't do practice because practice is cheating.
Well, race, maybe not practice, but maybe race more than twice a week. That's kind of been my issue the last month or so. I've had to take a lot of time off, just had to move and start new jobs and stuff. So I've only been playing Monday nights for one league and then tonight. So hasn't been a lot of wheel time here. So I'm kind of rusty whenever I get going.
Yes, that can happen to you. I feel the same way whenever I jump behind the wheel.
Yeah. But no, I've enjoyed it. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, see how it goes. I mean, I didn't even know if there was, I actually saw this deal on Facebook, figured it'd be fun to join. Didn't even know if there was prizes involved. Just thought it'd be fun to do it.
We're glad that you joined and that you're enjoying it. And hopefully that you can continue supporting the league over here with Midwest Outlaws.
I definitely will, especially if y'all do another late model league next season.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it, Donnie.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And that was your second place finisher of Trevor Michael in the 17 machine. We're going to bring up Scott Fritz. He's on a hot streak here. And Scott, are you there?
Yeah, I got you.
And it seems like it's a weekly ordeal. You're the last one to do the broadcast, or I'm sorry, the interview here. Congratulations on win number 5 in a row.
Yeah, thank you.
In that heat race with Jaden, y'all were throwing sliders back and forth. What did you feel like was you had to do to capitalize on it and maintain that lead in the heat race?
Yeah, I mean, the bottom was pretty good there, and even the middle, you could get good runs, and he'd be able to get a run off out of one and kind of slide me into three. And I was able to pinch him down one time, and then kind of roll the bottom pretty good there for a couple laps and finally get away. Really wanted to win that heat race because need the heat race points. So doing all we can, but we're able to bring it home.
And you got another clean sweep tonight, like you said, with the heat race. And then in the feature, Trevor tried to come up there and race side by side with you a few times.
Yeah, Trevor was really fast tonight. He's really fast every week. It's always a threat, and I think he ended up getting some damage and it really hurt him, so we weren't able to really battle it out. But other than that, it was pretty good night. Racing was really good. And Lanier's usually one of the best racy tracks. It'll move up to the top, move up to the bottom. Race wasn't quite long enough for kind of move back down to the bottom, but it was still pretty racy track.
And you had to hang that "Tops Up Here, Bud" sign out at your window. You probably could have slid a piece of paper between your right rear and the wall.
Yeah, especially in 1 and 2, the cushion is big. You just kind of drive off it and lean on it. 3 and 4, I was kind of dragging the right rear quarter quite a bit. It was really thin. There wasn't much up there, but that's where it was fast there towards the end. So you had to get as close as you could.
And do you have any sponsors that you would like to recognize here?
Yeah, obviously Team CFM, Visual C Speed Shop, Sweet Victory, 6-1 Media, Busy Corner Buggies, and obviously my wife, my mom and dad, and you guys for always putting this on.
Again, sir, thank you or congratulations on your win, and thank you for jumping over here and doing a post race interview.
Yep, thank you.
And hopefully next week you're over here again, and we're not just talking about a win in the race, but we're also talking about winning the championship as well.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Yes, sir. And we'll see
Thank you.
you next week, hopefully, on podium at Volusia.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, sir. And and there you have it, guys. Your Pro Late Model week number 7 race at Lanier is concluded, and it's going to be Scott Fritz, Trevor Michael, and JD Mahan start finishing on your podium, as those are also your top 3 in the points leading into tonight. Next week's going to be championship week at Volusia. It's going to start around 8:30 Central Standard Time. That's going to be immediately after the Street Stocks race. And hopefully you are able to join in and figure out or find out who's going to win the points championship for the first season of the Pro Late Models presented by Right Rear Racing. Again, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this stream. It's been a blast, and hopefully we can catch you next week right here on Right Rear Racing.